Warrior volleyball team had its 4-match win streak snapped Friday night against second-rated UC Irvine in a tight 4-set match. Hawaii senior Stephen Hunt again led Hawaii with 19 kills, but it wasn't enough to overcome the tough serving and the big anteater block. The two teams square off one more time in an MPSF rematch. The Anteaters as UC Irvine and the Hawaii Warriors. And set to go at the Sands Sheriff Center. Your starting lineups at the top of your screen, brought to you by the Hawaiian Tel Federal Credit Union. And we are set to go on a Sunday evening. Hope you're having a great weekend, everybody. Howard Deshevsky once again along with Chris McLaughlin, and we are underway. Hawaii in white Irvine in the dark uniforms. Number 21, that's Carson Clark, was wearing number 9 the other day, but misplaced his dark jersey. But his swing is still there, Chris. First kill of the night.
First one it got blocked on, and Hawaii should have transitioned well off it. He got a nice touch and kept it alive, but could not put it away. Ended up having Nick West doing the setting there instead of Biscaro, because Biscaro had to make the dig.
So Irvine coming into this match ranked number 2 in the country, and the serve into the net, and so 2-1 Hawaii here in the early going.
The schedule doesn't get any easier for the Rainbow Warriors, because next weekend, guess who's coming to town? The Bruins of UCLA, the #1 team in the country.
And we saw them earlier this year already in the Outrigger Classic, and they handed Hawaii a defeat. Well, it's an opportunity to get even. Nick West on serve for Hawaii. A set right over the middle to Dan McDonald. He had 12 kills the other night while hitting .474. That was Friday night.
West put up a pretty good serve there. And went to the wrong person. Brinkley was the one who passed it up. He's a libero, and he's a pretty good passer.
Lofi in the middle, blocked by McDonald, setting it up. Hunt. And the Anteaters get their hands on it, allowing them to set it up with a soft roll shot. Clark, and then Hunt again off the block, and this one is out. Stephen Hunt, the senior out of Canada, getting his first kill of the night.
And once again, these are encouraging signs the way that Hawaii can play with Irvine in tough rallies. Good touches, good blocks, nice transition from defense to offense.
Hunt, 19 kills on Friday night, also got up for a couple of solo blocks. And Sam Biscaro with the service error into the net. We're even at 3 here early in the first set. So a Sunday evening match, been a busy week in Manoa. Of course, the Wahine playing all weekend, softball team, the baseball team with the alumni game yesterday. They're about to start their season.
Wahine basketball last night, followed by the men's basketball.
And then they had to change the floor back over. So I tell you what, a lot of people worked in some big hours here. Stephen Hunt.
We got a nice set from Biscaro. Hunt had a nice one-on-one. Just could not connect, just tried to cut a little bit too thin.
And the first lead change of this early set, the Anteaters taking their first advantage with McDonald serving out the tape. Lofi unable to react, and JP Mark also kind of frozen back there on that net serve. Point and a service ace for McDonald.
McDonald led them with service errors the other night with 4. But looking pretty good right there, getting an ace off the cable. Another one off the cable.
That time it was Stephen Hunt unable to match it, and that 4-point run. 4 consecutive. And we talked, you and Jim Leahy Friday night, about the fact coming in, this is perhaps the best serving team in the nation.
Yeah, they lead the nation in aces. They get 2 aces per set.
Nearly a third.
There's another tough one.
And it allows them to set up a play. Nice job by Marks coming in and getting a hand underneath it, but nobody there to cover. And 5 consecutive points, and that's going to lead to a very early timeout called by Charlie Wade. 7-3 the score. We'll take our first TO as well from the Stanley Sheriff Center. Stick around, everybody, watching Warrior Men's Volleyball on OC Sports. We are back. Good look at John Speraw, the head coach of UC Irvine. As we look at him and with their early advantage, let's take a look at the keys to the game brought to you by Kaiser Permanente.
Well, for UC Irvine, they got to slow down UH's middles. The other night, Lofi and West went off for hitting a .480 hitting percentage. They got to slow those guys down. For Hawaii, they got to beware of the BIC. That's the back row quick. It's actually a term that was coined by John Speraw. At least that's what he told me.
Why wouldn't it be BIQ? Oh, going up high and putting down the roof. That's Kevin Tilley.
Tilley's the guy. I agree with Ryan Suji in the pregame show. Suji said, watch out for Tilley. He was quiet the other night. He was National Player of the Week a couple weeks ago. He was very quiet against Hawaii the other night. But I look for him to maybe break out again tonight with blocks like that and attacks out of the back row quick.
And after 6 consecutive points, that one served long by McDonald, their first service error. And so Hawaii getting the side out. 4 serving 8 back to serve will be Stephen Hunt. Again, Stephen Hunt with a very good match the other night, although not reflected in the overall hitting percentage at .289. As a team, by the way, Irvine hit .356 Friday night. To stop that. Another big moving swing by Kevin Tilley, the junior out of France.
It looks like he already is in makeup time for his lackluster performance the other night. He only had 1 error all night long, but he had a lot of what we call zero hits, where he kept the ball in play but did not terminate. He had 25 swings but only 6 kills to show for it.
Good pass that time, and Lofi getting the set. And you had said during that break they got to get their pass going. That time a beautiful pass by Biscaro, and you see there, or rather by Costello, and you see the result.
Exactly. When you get that middle working, when Hawaii established the middle the other night, what happened was Irvine started committing on the middle there and left the outsides, the pin hitters, wide open.
Another big swing by Kevin Tilley, and he's finding all the seams early, picks up his 3rd kill of this match, and it's 10 serving 5.
He may be the best newcomer in the league. He's a junior, played a couple years at Thompson Rivers up in Canada. But he's pretty much, they say, he's a phenom.
JP Marks cross court, that's going to be a net violation.
Time was on Daniel Stork that time. Stork, the setter, trying a little bit too hard to roof JP Marks.
You see Marks, the number on him for the year is Taylor Averill goes back to serve for Hawaii.
So Marks' .203 kill percentage, not good. That's got to come up. He's got to be helping Stephen Hunt a little bit more on the outside.
And Averill with the service error into the net, 11-6 our score. Again, smelling like a little bit of a barbecue inside the Stan Sheriff Center. A fire just adjacent to the arena here in one of those old bungalows. A lot of records still smoldering, and Lord knows what they lost in that fire. Nobody hurt, but it's been burning for the better part of the entire day, since about 7 this morning. Averill with the opportunity, couldn't terminate it, back the other way. A good swing, and the first kill of the night for Jeremy Dano, who had 15 on Aloha Friday night.
A lot of his attacks were down the line. They really look sharp. There's a good one right there. It's something he worked on yesterday in practice, actually. It was one of the things he wanted to get better at. He missed some down the line, but he was also very effective. Look, he hit .312. When an outside hitter hits over 300, they're doing their job.
Biggest lead of the first set, and it goes from 6 to 7 as the Anteaters notch their 3rd service ace already here in this first set.
It's turning out to be a serve-a-thon by UC Irvine right now.
Kevorkian, the sophomore middle out of Westlake Village, California, in the western end of the San Fernando Valley. And this serve into the tape. So side out for the Warriors. Got to string together a few natural points, trailing by 6. 7 serving 13, and back to serve. That'll be JP Marks.
Imagine Kevorkian's the 3rd middle blocker. He didn't even play the other night. Yeah. And he's their number 2 blocker actually in stats. So Irvine's very deep at every position.
And that serve was deep and out. And a point for Irvine. Back up, matching their biggest lead of this first set. Up by 7. There you see the service errors, 4 by Irvine, 3 by Hawaii. setting it up for Hunt off the block. Dug up by Tilley. And then set over the middle. Good block by West and Mascaro, but out. And that's going to be a point for UC Irvine. That's going to lead us to another timeout on the part of Charlie Wade and the UA Warriors. 15-7 in set number 1 from the Stan Sheriff Center. We'll be back with more. I want to defer to you, my friend. That's your son Parker and your beautiful daughter-in-law and your granddaughter.
Yeah, there's little McKenna, her first volleyball game ever. She's pretty excited.
Yeah, no doubt. Congratulations to you and to the family. Hey, the series record now, Chris, sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. They got a little bit of history going here.
Now, Hawaii leads the series 29-14, but as of in the past few years, Irvine has had their way with those 2 national championship years, of course, in 2007, 2009.
Hunt with an opportunity, and that one's going to be long. Now they're asking for a touch. Jeff Hall and Charlie Wade both up saying, hey, somebody got a piece of that.
It looked like a touch from here, but, you know, the ball was right next to Dan Hiranaka, the top referee, and if he doesn't see it and hear it, you know, nobody is. He's like 3 feet away.
And that served out, so perhaps a little athletic justice there. The service error gives Hawaii the side out. Still, they trail by 8, 16-8.
But Irvine is really much more precise tonight where they're placing their serves. They're looking for the sidelines, or they're dropping it in short. They're not just hitting it directly to the passers. They're making the passers move for the balls. It's really intelligent serving going on.
A little bit easier to do that with a big advantage, but they did it right out of the gate. Swing. That's out. Point for the Warriors. That was a big swing there. The miss by Dano, yeah.
Yeah, he tried to bite off a little more than he could chew there. He had a pretty good line shot open, but he just tried to cut it too thin.
So Nick West back for Hawaii to serve. Another player along with Taylor Averill. They're the 2 that came by way of UC Irvine, but really neither of them contributing to the program and really looking at Hawaii as their school, and they don't even really stop to think about the fact that they were part of that program. Got to get it over, and unfortunately it's over the head of Marks. A couple early touches and another point.
Yeah, some lack of communication there. The block wasn't talking, and then the back row wasn't talking, and Hawaii's really got to pick up their communication skills there if they're going to stay with this Irvine team.
17-9 now, and Dano with a good serve. Costello, good pass. Hunt. And when you get the good pass and you get the good set, again,
good things happen.
Exactly, good things happen. And as you were saying, it's not so much a byproduct of Hawaii not passing well, it's more Irvine serving lights out.
Definitely. I really don't think Hawaii's passing has been errant or not well executed. It's been more of Irvine's very precise serving, and they're serving with a lot of heat as well, and the ball's moving around well.
So McDonald with another kill, set up by Stork, and it's 18-10. That's their biggest lead, matching it here in the first set. Again, to the far side this time. Averill trying to go cross court. Did he get it in? Nope, just out. And point to Anteaters. They lead at 19-10, and Charlie Wade's going to ask for another timeout, his 3rd here in the first set.
Averill trying to do a little too much there with that. Another self-inflicted wound. You see Irvine hitting 615. They normally hit 361. Hawaii hitting 0-0-0, which means they have exactly the same number of kills as they do errors. And Hawaii normally hits, I think, 271. And so they're a couple hundred points, almost 300 points behind their normal average, trying a little bit too hard, I think, to make things happen.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights already, and most of the highlights come via the team in blue, and Ian McDonald.
Dan McDonald starts off with a cable ace right there. And I believe he follows it up with another ace right here. Served right over Viscaro's head. Stephen Hunt really couldn't see it. And then Tilley right now, the young man from France, by way of Thompson Rivers in Canada, is 4 for 4, I believe, already hitting 1,000.
Yeah, Tilly with 4 kills, matching Hawaii's entire team total. You mentioned Hawaii hitting 0. They hit well the other night. Hawaii hitting 304 as a team. Normally that's going to serve you pretty well, but they ran up against a buzzsaw in the Anteaters that hit 356. So for all you kids out there, there's a special UH club that might be perfect for you. You can stop by any Papa John's pizza store here in Hawaii. To join the Kids Club, you'll receive an official t-shirt and a variety of other benefits. Join the UH Kids Club today. Charlie Wade, of course, with a trio of sons of his own, just made their way into the arena. Regardless of the score, they're always happy to see Daddy and happy to be inside this building.
That's the great thing about children, huh? They don't know the score, and mostly don't care.
Exactly.
They just love you afterwards.
McDonald again serving. Another good serve gives them an opportunity. Setting it up. And the left-handed swing, and not a very good one that time by Carson Clark.
McDonald with another terrific serve, though, forced Stephen Hunt into an overpass. But I think more of that was McDonald's heat than it was Stephen Hunt not executing.
Hunt now with an opportunity to execute on serve. Hawaii within 8, 19-11 our score. Hawaii is pretty much trailed since the 3-all mark in this first set, and another service error. And so Irvine first to reach 20 here in the first set.
Big difference in serving. Hawaii's got 4 service errors and no aces. Irvine's got 4 service errors and 3 aces.
And another service error on the part of UC Irvine. And an opportunity for Charlie Wade to get a couple of new players. Brooks Sador is going to get in there, and he's going to give Lofi a spell. And Charlie Wade just looking for some kind of a spark. Just try to find some combination that's maybe going to serve him well as he gets into the second and third sets.
Yeah, Brooks Sador has been, I think, done a pretty good job as being the serving specialist. He serves pretty well when he's cold. Sit on the bench for a long time. Hits it pretty hard. Look at that. That's a great serve. When you've been cold, sitting around for half an hour.
Pretty good call right there.
He's going to keep that serving specialist job if he continues to do that. That was some kind of serve. Because Irvine is no slouch passing team. He just rips this. Dano normally a very, very sure passer.
Another high toss and right back at it. And another good serve, but this one just out. Boy, that was close enough to elicit a couple of moans and groans from the fans here in the Stan Sheriff Center.
Didn't miss by much. Back for a second there, I thought Dan Hironaka, the head referee, was going to overrule.
So 21-13 now, and Kevin Tilley with the serve. Again, a difficult pass and a tough opportunity for Averill. Back the other way, over the middle, setting it up. And Scott Kevorkian, the 6'9" sophomore, getting credit for the kill.
Let's take a look at Sador's second serve that came very close to being a second straight ace. As we take a look at it, it is just out of our view. Couldn't see it. But the other thing Irvine worked on yesterday, John Sprouse said they were weak on Friday night. They worked on their transition game. So far tonight, they're really running their transition well. When they get an opportunity with an overpass or a dig, they're converting into points.
And Tilley into that's another service error on the part of UC Irvine and gives Hawaii a side out, 24-14. And it'll be Johan Timmer coming into the match. Of course, Timmer, a freshman out of Auckland, New Zealand, who came in along with J.P. Marks, the two of them making a huge splash on that first match of the season against UC San Diego, and Hawaii won in 3 straight. And you know, of late, pretty much giving way to Taylor Averill, who's just been doing a great job at opposite for Hawaii. And a block at the net, and this time Biscaro and West teaming up. That's a little bit of the spark that Charlie Wade, even if it might be a little bit too late here in this first set, just to start to get something that you can build on for that second set.
Exactly. You know, and Timmer put up a nice serve there too. He lost that opposite position, but I think that Charlie Wade's wanting to give him at least some time on the court so he doesn't become completely rusty.
To the far side, setting it up off the block. Good job by Costello to keep it alive. Marks off the block and manages to get it down in front of the diving libero. Point Hawaii. 3 straight points, and that's the first time that Hawaii's put together a few in a row, and they need many, many more. At one point in this match, the Anteaters put together 6 consecutive points. And a good look at Timmer. And another good serve. Clark knocks it down, and Clark starting to tally a couple up as this one's coming our
That was the best serve I've seen Timmer hit all year long. They popped it up to the 10-foot line, which normally would allow a team to line up pretty well for a block. Instead, Carson Clark just finds a way around and through blocks, no matter what.
Overpass, and that one knocked down, and an easy point for Dan McDonald, senior middle. Seeing that ball come right his way, took full advantage, and now it is set point for UC Irvine. They dropped the first set the other night, Hawaii winning 25-23. And the Anteaters not about to let the first one get away tonight. Not on that serve. And so JP Marks back to see if he can't extend this first set. Another serve. You can hear a pin drop. It got very quiet in the Stan Sheriff Center here. And putting it down is Clark for the first set. So the Anteaters come out, they use their serving, and they use their big guns. They make some noise here in the first set, 25-17. The two teams are going to switch sides. Let's see if Hawaii can't return the favor and do what the Anteaters did to them on Friday night. Stick around, everybody. Much more to come from the Stan Sheriff Center. 25-17, the first set.